true. So you just have to learn the irregular past tense verbs. Now let's do an exercise with inseparable phrasal verbs. Now, I'm going to give you the end of a sentence, and I want you to begin it with an appropriate subject and phrasal verb. Lewis, you can go first. Their diving plans for the summer. Okay, what do you think?
Parents were talking about their diving plans for the summer.
Okay, the parents were talking about their diving plans for the summer. Parents were talking about their diving plans for the summer. Excellent. Monica, you can do this one.
Okay.
Let's put the line. The atoll early in the morning. What do you think should go in there, Monica?
The crabs left for the atoll early in the morning.
The crabs?
Sure, they were going to get some crab meat.
Okay. The crabs left for the atoll early in the morning. And Rosa, you can do the last one. Something there. The rest of the divers to get on board.
The instructors were waiting for the rest of the divers to get on board.
Okay, the instructors were waiting for the rest of the divers to get on board. The instructors were waiting for the rest of the divers to get on board. Good job, everyone. Okay, so now let's do another exercise using phrasal verbs with a noun or a pronoun between the verb and the preposition. So please fill in the blanks using this special type of phrasal verb. Rosa, you go first. You should, something there, when putting on your air tank.
You should ask the instructor for help when putting on your air tank.
Good. You should ask the instructor for help when putting on your air tank. Monica, this one is for you. The instructor should something sharks when diving near a coral reef.
The instructor should remind his students about sharks.
Okay, the instructor should remind his students about sharks when diving near a coral reef. And Lewis, you can do the last one. Theo must what? Buying a new diving mask. What could we put in there?
Theo must ask his father about buying a new diving mask.
Must ask his father about. Okay. Theo must ask his father about buying a new diving mask. Great. Thank you. Now, let's do an exercise using separable phrasal verbs. Now, each of you give us two sentences using one separable verb. In the first sentence, you can separate the verb. In the second sentence, don't separate the verb. Rosa, you're a shark. Lewis, you're a crab. Monica, you're an octopus. Okay, Rosa, you can go first.
Okay. I need to pick 10 little boys out for dinner. I need to pick out a testicle brace for dinner.
Very good. Lewis.
I want to try my new clothes out. I want to try out my new clothes.
Very good. Monica.
I'm going to pick my stockings up later. I'm going to pick up my stockings later.
That will be a lot of stockings.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Now let's do one more exercise Please fill in the blanks with the appropriate prepositions after the verb. Okay, so Monica, you can go first after I've cleaned the board. And so just remember, appropriate prepositions after the verb. My father came something my old diving photos. My father came my old diving photos.
My father came across my old driving photos.
Good. My father came across my old diving photos. This means discovered or he found. Okay, Rosa, you can do this one. The instructor pointed something, the beautiful ray.
The instructor pointed out the beautiful ray.
Good. The instructor pointed out the beautiful ray, and pointed out here means showed. Lewis, the last one is for you. Let's swim something to the coral reef.
Let's swim over to the coral reef.
Wonderful. Let's swim over to the coral reef. That's like go over by swimming. Wonderful. You've all been just great as usual. Now it's time to listen and write.
Listen and write.
Listen and write the sentences. Number 1. Steve always dreams about diving off an atoll. Number 2. Divers depend on each other for support. Number 3. Look at that red crab. Number 4. Dick should ask Dan for help with his air tank. Number 5. Let's go over the diving instructor's manual. Number 6. We stayed up late to watch the sunset over the atoll. Number 7. Jen called Patty up to see if she wanted to go snorkeling. Number 8. You should think it over before you go deep sea diving. Number 9. Didn't you give Alan back his flippers? Number 10. Did you come across your diving mask? Now check your work. Number 1. Steve always dreams about diving off an atoll. Number 2. Divers depend on each other for support. Number 3. Look at that red crab. Number 4. Dick should ask Dan for help with his air tank. Number 5. Let's go over the diving instructor's manual. Number 6. We stayed up late to watch the sunset over the atoll. Number 7. Jen called Patty up to see if she wanted to go snorkeling. Number 8. You should think it over before you go deep sea diving. Number 9. Didn't you give Alan back his flippers? Number 10. Did you come across your diving mask? Now read the story and answer the questions that follow it.
Read and answer.